Mr. President, will you present the honorary degree candidate, Donald Ricks?
Mr. Chancellor, it is with pleasure that I present Dr. Donald Ricks, a visionary corporate leader who has served this province long and well. Dr. Ricks is also a philanthropist of generous spirit, a good and true friend of higher education and of this university in particular. More than 35 years ago, Dr. Ricks, then a young physician, pursued a long-held interest in pathology and eventually joined Metropolitan Labs in Vancouver, transforming the small firm into MDS Metro Laboratories. Today, this company is the largest independent medical laboratory in BC, with interest in more than 100 medical laboratories in Western Canada and employing more than 900 British Columbians. As his business grew, so too did Dr. Ricks's reputation. Respected for his business acumen and admired for his confidence in British Columbia's potential, he became a great champion of our burgeoning high-tech industry. He inspired the founding generation of biotech entrepreneurs in British Columbia, graciously sharing his knowledge and experience. A man who backs his words with action, he financially supported many of this industry's brightest startup firms, including QLT Phototherapeutics and Angiotech Pharmaceuticals. In recognition of his profound guiding influence, he was awarded the Lifetime Achievement Award by the BC Biotechnology Association. Dr. Ricks's entrepreneurial spirit has greatly enhanced economic opportunities in this province. A man of boundless generosity, his goodwill extends to the entire community. He serves on the board of several organizations, including the Science Council of BC and the BC Medical Research Foundation. His extraordinary commitment to higher education has been instrumental in the creation of wonderful new opportunities for research. He helped establish the Dr. Donald Ricks Protein Identification Facility at the University of Western Ontario and a new research facility at the University of British Columbia, the Donald Ricks Building. And he has led the campaign to renovate the facilities of the Bamfield Marine Research Consortium, in which SFU has always been an active participant. This university has indeed benefited greatly from his wisdom and leadership. As chairman of our Siegel Graduate School of Business Capital campaign, he serves our institution with energy and distinction. Indeed, he has signaled his faith in Simon Fraser University to the broader community with significant gifts to the Morris J. Wask Center for Dialogue and most recently to the Siegel Graduate School of Business. Mr. Chancellor, Donald Ricks has given much to the people of British Columbia. In fact, his success has been ours. And I now ask you, on behalf of the Senate of this university, that you confer upon Donald Ricks the degree Doctor of Science honoris causa.
Donald Ricks, by virtue of the authority vested in me and in the Senate of this university, I hereby admit you to the degree of Doctor of Science honoris causa. Dr. Ricks will be hooded by Dr. John Waterhouse.
It is with pleasure that I now call on Dr. Donald Ricks for his convocation address. Dr. Ricks.
Mr. Chancellor, Mr. President, honorable faculty members, graduates, their families, and friends. And I just want to digress from my speech for a minute, and I just want to publicly, as a physician, thank Stephen for that very articulate address as far as AIDS work that he does, and particularly the AIDS work in Africa. And I think we should just acknowledge that he just does a tremendous job for us. I was present in Vancouver when this site was selected for a university. I watched it being built in this truly magnificent setting, and I'm very pleased to receive an honorary degree from this university. Although, as mentioned by the President, I'm being recognized for my activities in community, I must have felt that I've received far more from my activities than I've given. I've always enjoyed being involved in my community, and as I'm sure my wife can testify to my many night meetings. But some of my best experiences in life and some of my lifelong friends have come from outside my medical and business life. That's why today I just want to briefly talk on what I think is one of the cornerstones of society, ties into what Stephen said, namely volunteerism. Now, I'm sure many of you here have volunteered in the past or are currently, and I urge you never to stop. But it's all too common for all of us to get wrapped up in our busy lives and be unable to see outside our own little world. So I encourage you to step outside now and then and consider what you might be able to do to positively impact somebody else's life. You may decide to volunteer for your favorite charity. And as the President said, remember now you have many skills through your studies that a charity can use. You may participate in an annual fundraising run in support of a cure for serious illness. Or, as Stephen has said, you might think farther afield and wish to volunteer to work for the United Nations, say in Africa. Whatever you choose, your commitment to our community and our country will make it a better place for all of us. Now, I'm sure, and we've all been graduates, that everybody out here is keen to get out in the world and make some money. I've been fortunate in my life to become successful and still be a volunteer. During my time, I've always tried to balance my life with some form of service, some contribution to the community. In my early days as a family physician, before I specialized in pathology, I volunteered at a drop-in Salvation Army clinic one night a week at the downtown east side. Another world, still another world. 30 years later, I can still remember some of those people and the satisfaction I felt in helping them physically and emotionally. Since then, I've been involved in a variety of activities from culture, and I couldn't agree with the Chancellor more as far as discussion about the importance of culture as far as our society is concerned, to health, mainly chronic care facilities, and now educational facilities. Activities that I was interested in and ones that I felt that I could contribute some value to. I can tell you it's been a great life experience. Let me give you a current example of a charitable activity that I'm involved in Vancouver. It's called BC Technology Social Venture Partners, and it's modeled after a program that was in Seattle. And its mandate is very simple. It is to educate individuals to be well-informed, effective, and engaged philanthropists. In other words, proactive. And also to invest the time, expertise, and money in innovative nonprofits to collaboratively strengthen those organizations. What is it? It's a high technology community in BC working to support worthwhile activities in our area. But instead of just writing a check, the partners get involved. They raise money from the high-tech community. They invite proposals. They interview the applicants themselves. They do on-site inspections, and they recommend proposals for funding. Once a proposal is accepted and funded, the members of the tech community work with the applicants, and using the various skills that you have now, they have to help the organization reach its goal. Great experience. Let me give you an example of one that I'm involved in. It's called Coast Landscapes. Now, Coast Landscaping is a project of the Coast Foundation which has been set up to provide quality, competitive landscaping services that employ and train people with mental illness. It's in its startup phase now and has demonstrated over the past couple of years that it can provide quality landscaping services. It can employ and train people with mental illness to do those services, and it can generate income from customers. What it needs now is help to convert Coast Landscapes from a fledgling project to a sustainable business. So the BC technology community will provide the money and expertise. We will work with their business advisory group and help them accomplish that end. So in a couple of years, they will be sustainable. And then we will divorce ourselves from that project and move on to something else. A very satisfying experience, but most importantly, everybody benefits. So I encourage you, as well as following your career paths, make some time, like Stephen said, to donate your talents to those in need. I once received a letter from a student who quoted a Chinese proverb, which to me illustrates an approach to life that we should all aspire to. If you want happiness for an hour, take a nap. If you want happiness for a day, go fishing. If you want happiness for a year, inherit a fortune. But if you want happiness for life, help someone else. All of you have a lot to look forward to, and I promise you that if you stay true to your goals and your values, you'll never be disappointed. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Ricks.